All right.
Are we live? I'm taking it for granted that we are. Joel, I've got something very, very disturbing to tell you.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Brother Keith. Yes, we are live. Go ahead.
Not that I've ever done it. Have you ever take socks out of the hamper and just steeped them for a while because you've run out of coffee?
What?
Me neither. Well, it seems like after I made my my K cup, I was away from the cup for a little bit, and since there's nobody else in my shop here, I think somebody broke in and steeped my socks from yesterday. And I don't know what happened to this cup of coffee, but it is horrible.
Is it really the worst coffee you've had?
It's probably the worst. Yeah, and these K cups are pretty consistent, you know.
Right.
And this is like the last of this box that I've had, and I don't know what I did, other than I brushed my teeth right before I came on the show, so maybe that mint and coffee, whatever. Anyway, oh boy,
I would say that's probably the reason. Number two is sometimes you got to clean those things out every now and then.
Yeah, and I've had it probably every year. I think I should run one of those things through because the butter does that hardness or whatever builds up.
Put a little vinegar in there and let it clean it out. So
well, I'm playing with the one drumstick today, Joe, because I can't find the other one. But let's do a show. What do you think, huh?
Yeah, let's get into it, man. You got your coffee?
Yeah, I got my coffee. It tastes great. No, it doesn't.
Oh, that's right. We just had that whole conversation, didn't we?
Sit back, have a great day. It's a beautiful morning. We'll be right back.
And here we go.
From the Somerset Studios in Westchester, Pennsylvania, it's Smack and Jack Live with your co-hosts Keith and Joel Funderman.
Yeah. All right.
And once again, I am looking for the feed.
Yeah, we are on. Good morning to Sophia. Good morning, Sophia. Richard, good to see you. Tara, we're doing great.
What's happening?
We're doing great.
It's in a while, yeah. Tara, always Myron.
You and I were on the same wavelengths because I had no idea what Keith was talking about there. Morning, Linda. How's it going out there? Or down there, I should say. Morning, Jim. Good to see you. All right, Keith.
So I got a good. Lynn is on. I thought she said something. She didn't have her phone or something. Uncle Brad has got a problem with his tooth this morning.
Uh-oh.
And I think he is in surgery as we speak.
Is that true?
Yes, he had a abscess or something like that. And this morning he said it was the size of a golf ball. So hopefully they get that fixed this morning. And he's on the. Luckily, he didn't have to work today because there's nothing worse than tooth pain.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of doing stuff that you should have done years ago.
Yeah, go ahead, Keith.
Can you see this?
It looks like a bill or a receipt or something.
My eye doctor.
Ooh.
Guess what I ordered, Joel?
Don't tell me. Contacts.
No. Oh, no. I got way too much junk in my eyes all the time now. Ordered a pair of glasses.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And the company that I went to a couple of years ago to have my eyes done, check, didn't take our insurance. So the entry-level glasses were $700.
Oh, get out. Are you serious?
Yeah, $700 for a set of exhaust pipes. It's a good deal. Yeah, that's one thing. But for your eyes, health, that kind of stuff, nah, I'm not going to do it. So I let it float for a couple of years. And now I think she said yesterday, very nice gal, doctor that did my eye exam. But it was weird when I was leaving her office, she gave me this kind of looked like a cane, but it was really long and it had a red thing at the end. She said, what you want to do is just go like this as you're walking. So yeah, I think I was clinically blind. Anyway, so long story short, this company gets bought out by a national company, I guess.
Okay.
And they now take my insurance. And luckily, the nice thing about it is all same doctors and all that kind of stuff. So I go back over there, and I get a free pair of glasses every 2 years, and I get a free exam every year.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, very good. So let me put on my readers that I still have, my $30 readers that fall off my head all the time. So for free, I've got, and I was trying to, my buddy Dave Grohl in this video, what's the name of the song? Anyway, starts out, he's wearing his glasses. He's just this miserable business dude, and he's getting crap from everybody in traffic and all this kind of stuff. It's like, I want his glasses. So I pull up the video, and the girl's like, they look like Ray-Bans. It's like, so we couldn't, the ones that were closest to it, they just didn't look right on my head. So I ended up with a pair of.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And there's this other guy from Blink 182 had a really cool pair, but I couldn't pull up the darn video. So yeah, this girl's looking at me like I'm, it's like, are you old, or are you like a teenager with some gray hair on? She couldn't figure out. So anyway, I end up with a pair of Nikes. So I upgraded a little bit. I got the transitions with the bifocal and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So my free glasses were $340.
So you actually had to pay $340.
Yeah.
Where is my
the wah.
Yeah.
When she gets me to that, I said that I'd been in before and I didn't have insurance and all that. Or they didn't take the insurance. She says, yeah. She said, if you hadn't had insurance, and it says it right here, $1,019.
Wow.
Would have been for these glasses. So,
wow.
It covers. Well, the eye exam was it was $375, and the refraction. Yeah, I don't know what all these things are, but the glasses themselves were $250, and then my insurance pays for $150. So, and then plus a $20 discount or whatever, so it knocks it down. But all these other, it's just a basic lens that they're paying for. So
yeah,
bifocal, which I need because my eye is distance and up close are messed up now. And I figure if I'm going to have them, I want to get those ones that turn into sunglasses. So when I'm out having a beer out back, I can see what I'm drinking without looking for my.
Making sure you're not drinking out of the water bottles.
Yeah, right.
Last year.
So that was my
for you, Keith. I mean, it's better than better than $1,000, I guess.
Yeah,
but
and
at least you're taking care of yourself.
Think I probably and I've these stupid things. They're all plastic. They had a name brand on it, but even the ones that were free were, they give you $150 or $250 credit on. They're still plastic, but these things I got, they were $26 off the shelf at Rite Aid.
Right.
And they're just your basic. So, I felt like I got a good deal. And Monk never talked about that. I'm not going to take the entire show because we are going to run. We're ready running late. But Monk, Dad, worked for the Postal Service. And he always said, a job is a job. There's no shame in whatever kind of job you get. And I always respected him for that. He liked his job. But what he never talked about was the importance of medical benefits.
Yes.
In work for somebody else. I worked for myself for up until 10 months ago. And, it all looks great. You're working for yourself and making all this money and, quote unquote, making all this money. But you got to pay for everything.
Yeah.
I work, the state I work for now, I don't get paid a whole lot, but I get great, even the gal yesterday, she said, wow, that's pretty good insurance, So, they pay 2/3 of my glasses, which are, nice glasses. And next year, if my eyes go bad, they'll change the lenses. It probably cost me a couple bucks, but right. That's something to be said about working. And you've always had that, Joel. You work for.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, I mean, that's, when it comes contract time every 4 or 5 years or so, a lot, and I'll just say this, a lot of the newer, younger teachers go right to the, the pay scale.
Right. Yes.
See where we are there.
Yep.
What the older teachers with families do is, what's, we look at that pay scale too, but, what is the health? What are the benefits?
Yeah.
What are, so we fight as hard for our benefits as we do for anything else.
Right.
That is a huge deal. That is a huge deal.
A couple of weeks ago, I got a shingle shot. Shingle shot. Say that 3 times.
Okay.
Something else. And that was a two dose thing. And I heard that if you get shingles, it's pretty bad. So I wanted to get rid of it. Anyway, I got it at Rite Aid, and the person that did it, she looked at my insurance. She goes, "Wow, that's really good." So it sounded like most insurance companies don't cover what I'm getting for free. So if you add all that up at our tender age, over the course of the year, it definitely, it enables me to buy that nice set of.
I want to do our own switcheroo here. Keith, can you do me a favor and just turn your volume down a hair bit?
I'm sorry. I had that.
I hear myself.
Speaking of the Foo Fighters, I was listening to music all week, and it was up really loud. Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. All right. What's going on, Joel?
Okay, so we're going to forego our conversation about the fast food that I had advertised on our announcement.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I'd actually crossed that out to begin with. But I did want to say last night I went to Wendy's. The girls are up at the Mountain House. We're going to actually be up there for the weekend. So on the way home last night, I stopped at Wendy's. I got a Baconator and a small fry.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's two burgers with bacon on top, probably a little cheese.
And a bunch of more. I think they add extra salt to that.
Probably. $9.40.
Yeah.
$9.40 for that. So driving home, I thought, wow, what would it cost for a family of 4? So we're going to table this conversation to next week. But so Keith, that was a Baconator on top of yesterday at school. I actually had 2 donuts as well.
Wow. And I got to say the donuts were a better nutritional value. I got one of those Baconators a few years ago, and I'm telling you, I couldn't drink enough water after that. That was the saltiest. I mean, I thought that, after I got done, and this is, it sounds like I'm making another joke, but I'm in my shop here. Next thing you know, Santa's hooking up reins to me and putting a red note, because I feel like I was licking a salt lick for 2 days. My God, that is the absolute most disgusting thing I've ever eaten from fast food.
Hey, since you mentioned the reindeer thing, completely different. Completely different subject. But I ran out of shaving cream this morning, or the other day. So yesterday morning and this morning, I actually used hair conditioner instead of shaving cream.
Okay.
So which yesterday seemed to work pretty well. Today it worked well. It was fine. It's not quite the same, but it worked okay. When I got out of the shower today, all the places were like around my neck in the back here and a little bit up here where I didn't actually shave off the conditioner.
Right.
Is like red and splotchy. It's really strange.
Wow.
Wherever I shaved, it took off the conditioner, so it's fine. But where you get some around where you don't shave, right? So like the back, I don't know if you can see it, but around the back of my neck, it's like I have sunburn back there. It's really.
Now, what was that? Skin conditioner, or was it?
No, it's like hair conditioner.
Okay, that's weird, isn't it?
And I've done it before when I run out of shaving cream. But and yesterday I didn't notice it, but this morning I get out of the shower, I'm like, what? I thought it was because I was running hot water. Sometimes you run hot water on your back or on your shoulder. You see, it's because you had, but. It was really strange. There was an outline right back here and right up here, where I didn't get that conditioner off my face. So I think maybe I'll stop at CVS and grab some shaving cream on the way home today. Yeah,
because that's, even with me shaving cream, and I haven't shaved because I told you last week that I'm not shaving anymore. I'm just trimming. Right. But it's the most expensive thing in my pantry. I use, what's the... Barbasol, $1.98, and I'm pretty sure you can, just get 2 of them, Joel.
Yep. I used to use Barbasol until I read in like the Men's Health magazine 20 years ago that the gel, the Edge gel, has like aloe in it, and it's actually good for your face.
Oh, okay.
So I've been using that ever since. So, all right, Keith.
Right.
Guess what?
Karen's on. Hey, Karen. What's going on with the craters up in Lancaster County?
Dr. Seuss.
Oh, yes.
Dr. Seuss. Now, I will be completely honest here, folks. And I didn't have a whole segment planned about this today, but I did want to mention it. I personally have never been like a real Dr. Seuss fan. I think probably we had some of these books at home, Keith, growing up, but I don't. I honestly always thought they were a little weird.
Well, and they probably contributed to my dyslexia. Green eggs and ham, Sam, I am, that kind of, that always kind of messed me up.
So, the other day,
not a big fan.
The organization, the family organization, the estate decided to stop publishing 6 of the books. Now, mind you, this is 6 out of probably more than 60 books that are available.
Right.
Because of derogatory pictures, maybe
racially sensitive, maybe.
Yeah. So they decide. Now, of course, this is blown up in gigantic proportion, of course, all over. Conservatives, cancel culture, and then I saw a post the other day from a friend. Yes, this was likely Biden's whatever, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
So as far as I know, it had nothing to do with any actual politics. It was just that particular, the family-owned organization, the organization. Now maybe the Biden administration, they have to worry about vaccinations. They have to worry about COVID, unemployment, and who knows, maybe Dr. Seuss was on that list.
Well, we've had 4 years of very insensitive leadership. So,
yeah, maybe we have to go the other way. Yeah,
yes.
Maybe we have to go the other way. So I don't know. It's 6 out of 60. Now, the one thing I can say is, let's see, the one Mulberry Street, the one down there, Mulberry Street, has. I'm not real. I mean, I know these books.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with them either.
I didn't go through and research and figure it all out. But the Mulberry Street one has a picture of an Asian man with kind of the slanted eyes, the pointed hat, eating noodles on Mulberry Street, or I forget what it was. Now that you read that, you're like, interesting. Trying to explain that to maybe a 3rd grade Asian student sitting in front of you.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
If he asks you a question, why, blah, blah, blah. And, most of the people who have the issues don't have to read these books to children. They can get on YouTube and they can read it on YouTube, record it and send it out. And that's all but when you're reading these books to children, now I have to tell you this, Keith, in 4th grade, we talk about the Underground Railroad. We have a song. It's called "This Train." It has to do with the Underground Railroad and so forth. That becomes more difficult when you have a couple African American kids sitting in front of you and talking about slavery. How they were treated, because that a lot of those children probably have lineage who come from slavery,
and that's not that long ago. Yes, yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Now, I realize at the 4th grade level, some of those kids may not actually comprehend that too much. But when they go home and have that conversation with their parents, today in music, I want to make sure that what they convey to their parents, as coming from me, was very sincere about the atrocities and so forth of the railroad.
Right.
So, I think people need to take a step back, look at these books before you start saying that it's cancel culture, this, that, or the other thing, and find out why. What was the reason? What in these books, maybe of the 60 books that he has out there, maybe 6 is not such a big deal.
Right.
And I'm not going to get all bent out of shape.
And these things were done. So I remember the book Black Sambo, Joel. That was and I remember that was taken off years ago. I remember Mom saying it, and she was a teacher. And she was kind of from a different generation, didn't bother her, but
Yep.
And we had that book, and it was just a book that we had and we read, and I could just remember running around the line turned into butter or something like that. It was that's what fascinated me. It wasn't, I didn't care what color this kid was or whatever, but it's just a different era that these books came out in, and
exactly.
And,
when things were glossed over when it,
Right.
It certainly, I'm sure, mattered to those people who were affected. Maybe those minority groups who were depicted in books. I'm sure it mattered to them, but there was no support for trying to get rid of that type. Anyway, all right, Keith, let's get moving, because again, I didn't want to spend too much time on this. Keith, I don't know if you saw my post the other day.
About expiration dates, and do they matter?
The expiration date, yes. So the other day, I still have on the right there, I still have this milk in my refrigerator at school, February 14th. That was Valentine's Day, right? I used that milk until, let's see, yesterday was Friday, Thursday. I used that milk until this past Wednesday in my coffee.
Okay.
Every time I took it out, it smelled a little bit, smelled good. And I pour a little bit of milk, or I poured the milk in and then a little bit of coffee. I always judge my milk and the cream by whether it curdles when I put the coffee in. So
instead of the other way around.
I'll put in the milk and then a little bit of hot coffee.
Okay.
If it still looks good, then I'll put in the rest of my coffee, right? Rather than putting the coffee in first and then pouring in the cream that's bad and ruining my whole cup of coffee. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to throw away the rest of that milk there. But if you look on the other side there, Keith, it's salad dressing. Expiration date, January 13th, 2020. Still in our refrigerator over there in the kitchen.
What month is it?
January 13th.
That's a year. Yeah. I'd throw that out.
Yeah.
Well, the main ingredient in salad dressing now is, I think, the same ingredient that made your neck a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So it's very shelf stable, but there is a little bit. I think there's still a little bit of dairy in that stuff. This far into the future, I would throw that out. I got to say something about the milk there, Joel. I was just talking to my friend Barbara the other day. Yesterday, I stopped by and made me a cup of coffee. She says, check that milk. It's not quite. She has a refrigerator similar to yours. It's just a side-by-side. And she keeps hers on the shelf. My milk, I always seem to keep on the door. And my milk, sometimes, I guess it depends on how, the airflow or how much stuff I have in the rest of the fridge, will go bad before the expiration date. And I know it's because it's on the door and not on the shelf. So where do you keep yours on the door, don't you?
That's interesting, Keith. Well, the milk that you see right here is in my school refrigerator, like a little mini refrigerator.
So it's not on the door, is it?
It actually is on the door, which is why. But I agree with you, Keith, with keeping, like, our new refrigerator here. I have to keep it on the shelf. The old one that we got rid of a year ago at home here, I kept the milk in the door, and it did seem that I had to throw that milk out early very often, and I always blame Wawa for that, like thinking that they had it in transportation. Maybe they didn't have it chilled enough.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But maybe maybe there's something to it, that where you keep it in the refrigerator, maybe closer to the back.
Yeah.
Because I haven't really had that problem since. So that maybe you're right. So, Keith,
but I have noticed that on mine. I've got
because food dating was never about public health. There is no national regulation over the use of the dates. The only federal required and regulated food dating is for baby food and formula. What regulation does exist occurs at the state level, and all but 9 states in the United States have food dating rules, but those vary widely. So again, a state-to-state thing. I will say that my CNN report here is a bit old. My other report from New York Times is current from 2021. But let's see. A report from Natural Resources says Americans prematurely throwing out food largely because of confusion over what expiration dates actually mean. Most consumers mistakenly believe that expiration dates on food indicate how safe the food is to consume, when these dates actually are related to the risk of, are not related to the risk of food poisoning or foodborne illness. As a matter of fact, the dates have nothing to do with that. Expiration dates are not expiration dates. For food product dating, is completely voluntary for all products. And I always thought it was something they had to do, but it is voluntary, except for the baby and the baby food. Not only that, but has nothing to do with safety. It acts solely as a manufacturer's best guess as to when its product will no longer be at peak quality, whatever that means. Food manufacturers also tend to be conservative with that. For unrefrigerated foods, there may be no difference in taste or quality, and expired foods won't necessarily make anybody sick. But according to the new analysis, words like use by and sell by are used so inconsistently that they contributed to widespread misinterpretation and waste by consumers. More than 90% of Americans throw out food prematurely, and 40% of the U.S. food supply is tossed unused every year because of food dating. So 40%.
Wow.
Think about that, Keith. That's almost half of the food. Almost half of the food bought is thrown out. Okay, so a few things. Eggs, for example, can be consumed 3 to 5 weeks after purchase, even though the use-by date is much earlier. Of course, a box of mac and cheese can be used like a whole year later, right? Things you don't have to worry about: vinegars, honey, vanilla, extract, salt, corn syrup, those kind of things. A couple other types of oats and things, they'll last forever. Things that go stale, of course, bread. The store-bought bread in the bags, you can probably have them in your cabinet for about 2 weeks. Of course, my guideline for that is I always check for mold before I eat bread.
Right.
But, the bakery bread, the French bread, Italian bread, and stuff like that, it's going to be bad in a day or so. Few things that almost last forever: dried beans, lentils, spices, canned goods last longer than glass and last longer than plastic. So your best option there is your canned goods. Canned sodas and so forth, and other beverages last for a real long time. Salad dressings will last for a long time, as we were just talking about. Mustards and ketchup, even mayonnaise will last for a long time. If it doesn't have like the natural lemon juice in it or other natural items like garlic, flavoring and so forth.
Yeah, I'm always worried about mayonnaise because I know it is a lot of chemical in it now, but it is basically egg yolk, so
yeah. So apparently those things can last a little bit longer. and again, what both of these articles stress is, just smell it. And
yes,
if it smells good, then it probably is good. But all that came to mind when I was having that little issue this week with the milk. Thinking, boy, this is about a month past. Should I really be drinking it? And there you go. It's not necessarily bad. Not necessarily bad for you. It may not taste quite as strong in the flavorings and so forth, but it's not really bad for you.
I am really guilty of throwing out stuff. Hey, Debbie. Yes, old soda does have, for some reason, I've had old soda, even if it's
in the can. Does it really?
Carbonated, even if it's carbonated, if it's like a year old, it gets kind of funky. I
do think that sometimes those beverages kind of start taking on the flavor of the can itself.
Yeah.
So again, it may taste not great, but it's not bad for you.
Back up there, Debs. I got some bad news for you too. New Diet Pepsi, it tastes horrible too. So I cannot. They've been trying to change that artificial flavoring forever. And it all, it was saccharin that gave you cancer, and now there's something else. And, but that all has that same aftertaste that I can't get past. So,
I guess some people grow up on that diet stuff. That part of the soda. I mean,
I guess so. But
so Keith, we do need to move on because
right.
I need to run down to church. We have a funeral today that I need to play for at 11. Okay. So I need to get moving.
Okay.
Did you have any? We do have trivia. We do have jokes. Did you have?
Okay.
Any?
Yeah, I did have. If I can find them really quickly. Where the heck was it? Bayer aspirin was patented this day in March 6, 1889. Nice. German company Bayer patented the most widely used drug in the America's medicine cabinet.
Wow.
1836, the Battle of the Alamo comes to an end. Didn't that have something to do with Ozzy Osbourne defecating on it and not allowed back for like life or whatever? And one more here. 1475. This day in 1475, Michelangelo was born.
Wow.
Can you imagine the Sistine, there not being a Sistine Chapel, or there not being a David? You know, take a time machine back, and there's this little kid, you know, hang out for 20 years. He's gonna chisel the most perfect human figure ever, you know, that still holds up 500 years later. That's
incredible.
Incredible. You know, I am almost positive 500 years from now, people are going to be watching our show, but it's not quite the same as the Sistine Chapel, you know?
Yeah, they're going to look back and dissect every one of our shows, and I don't know what they're going to learn, but they might discover where humanity is at this point.
Yeah, well, they might go in and genetically modify people from then on to not be like us.
We can't have this disaster again. Okay, let's get to our trivia questions. We'll kind of get through these as quick as possible.
Yeah.
And then I'll do our jokes, and then we'll come back to our trivia. Okay, go ahead, Keith.
All right, in the 1999 horror movie Lake Placid, which type of animal terrorized the residents of Black Lake, Maine?
Okay, so that was number 1, folks.
I can't remember. Vaguely remember the movie. Which American architect designed the Guggenheim Museum in New York?
Okay. Number 2. All right, number 3. We'll do 3 and 4 today.
Okay, what is the largest muscle in the human body? And Sophia, if your father's watching, just tell him to sit this one out, okay? Okay, Stockholm is the capital and largest city of what country?
Okay, number 4.
And just kind of funny, speaking of Stockholm, I kind of felt weird the whole time I was married, and I can't remember what that's called. Patty Hearst, get it? Stockholm, forget it.
Yeah, I'm sure 1 or 2 people got that.
Yeah, I got it.
Anyway, all right, the horror movie in Lake Placid. What terrorized residents? Number 2. Sorry about that. Which American architect designed the Guggenheim Museum in New York? What is the largest muscle in the human body? Is number 3. And number 4. Stockholm is the capital city and largest city of what country? All right, so let's get rid of that for the moment. Keith, let's go on to some jokes. Keith, today's jokes are not.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Today's jokes are not out of the Jokopedia.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. Number 1, what is black, white, green, and bumpy?
What?
A pickle wearing a tuxedo.
Oh, all right. Yes, I can tell they're not from the book.
These are all family friendly.
Yes.
What kind of coffee was served on the Titanic?
I don't know.
Sanka.
Oh, I get it. Sanka.
Okay, why do the French like to eat snails?
Why?
Because they don't like fast food. Right into our fast food conversation. All right, last one. Why did the fisherman put peanut butter into the sea?
Why?
To go with the jellyfish.
All right. There you go.
Yeah, not so bad, right?
Yeah.
You could have done worse.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, let's get back to our trivia, folks, and then I need to run out of here.
All right.
All right, so add to stream, and let's do it this way today, or at this point. All right.
Let's see. We got a couple.
Yeah, I see. Alligator.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, all right. Croc. 99 horror movie, Lake Placid. Which type of animal terrorized the residents of Black Lake, Maine? And the answer is crocodile.
Okay, we'll take alligator. That's close enough.
Yep, alligator, crocodile. Which American architect designed the
Guggenheim.
What's it called?
Guggenheim.
Guggenheim, that's it.
There
Guggenheim Museum in New York. Do we have anybody there for this one? Okay, answer is Frank.
Oh,
Lloyd
I
Wright.
was going to say Frank Lloyd Wright.
Yeah.
But I didn't associate him with Guggenheim. Okay.
That one's just so obvious. I mean, it's like
after he did Phantom of the Opera, I kind of stopped following him.
What is the largest muscle in the human body?
Oh, I know. Do we have any? I'm going to say the heart.
Let's find out here. You know what that is?
Bottom, yes. The bottom. I guess it's a muscle. Okay.
Maximus.
Gluteus maximus.
All right, last one. Stockholm is capital and largest city of what country?
And I don't know, but my favorite band comes from that country, and they're ABBA. Got a couple of Swedes. Let's see.
Sweden, yeah. Sweden. Well done, my friends.
Very good.
Great job.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah. All right, friends. Thanks for being on today.
Short but sweet.
Yeah,
short and sweet.
Wrap it up here.
And it was sunny when we started. Now it's cloud cover. Are we supposed to get spring anytime this year? I know I'm pushing it, but my goodness.
A little bit later in the week, we have some 60-degree weather coming up.
Yeah.
Of course.
And, I shouldn't be complaining because our dear cousin Debbie, she experiences this until, the 4th of July, I think.
Right.
And then the 6th of July gets back into snow. So the very short summer they have out there. But anyway. Thanks for stopping by, guys. What are we doing next week, Joel?
All right. I think next week we can probably have a show.
Okay, we'll go a couple minutes longer, and I've been able to do this working at night on Saturday. Oh, actually, somebody has the whole weekend off because somebody's going to be a little bit older next week.
That's right.
I don't need any money.
Not me.
I'm throwing it out there. I don't need any money. I like baked goods. Okay, I'm just saying it.
All right, everybody heard that, right? Baked goods
next
weekend. All right,
guys. Thanks very much for stopping by. Have a great week and enjoy some time outside. And soon we'll all be able to get together and have a couple of beers. So remember, you deserve a thought of your own.
So be in touch to learn, laugh, and live. We'll see you next week on Smack and Jack Live.
Thanks for stopping by, guys.
All right, bye-bye, guys.
Jack